Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? This is Prophetess Aisha tapping in. I am blessed. I'm blessed, grateful for the gift of life. I hope everybody out there is blessed. If y'all have not subscribed, or shared my page, I hope that y'all do so. Um, this page is, like I said before, is for real talk and real godly talk. Trying to keep it godly, but keeping it real also. So today I wanted to come in, and I wanted to come in on a serious note. I wanted to talk to you single ladies out there, because I know, like me, it's a lot of you out there who feel like you have been taken advantage of as a single woman. And it can be by the system, it can be by the government, housing, um, it can be by a job, it can be by just anybody, even family members or friends. You just been taken advantage of, as a single woman. And so I know this happened because me, as a single woman, I've been tested. I've been taken advantage of by people, by the government, by the system. Um, Mostly I've been taken advantage of by landlords for some reason as a single woman. And um, so I'm gonna give y'all a quick testimony so y'all can see where I'm coming from. Um, I had two landlords, and I'm just going to sum it up really quick. The first landlord wanted to sell the apartment for more, and because my rent was paid up, he couldn't do nothing about it but wait until the lease was over. So instead of him waiting until the lease was over, he just started writing letters and trying to build a case up against me so that he can get me out quicker. That didn't work. So he put in a letter saying that I didn't pay rent. I got legal assistance. They found out the rent was paid. I had the receipt and everything. That didn't work. Second landlord wanted me out because he was neglecting his landlord duties, and I went to the housing on him. And when he couldn't get me out because of that, he tried to give me an eviction notice saying that I was a nuisance. Now, nuisance is a very bad thing, and you can't get housing after someone say you're a nuisance. But this never happened. None of this never happened. So instead of me going back and forth with this landlord, I just got up. We made a deal. I left, and that it wouldn't be on my record. And I could have fought, I could have stayed there because I did fight and I did win a case against him, but I didn't want to keep fighting because this person was supposed to be a man of God. So I got up, I left, and it's not on my record no more. In both situations I came out victorious. Um but I felt like, as a single woman, I was being targeted for some reason. And I know the only reason why I really came out victorious on both situations because I'm a child of God. And when you're a woman of God and you doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're obedient and you're righteous, God will not let nothing happen to you. But I asked God, I said, God, why do I keep going through these same situations, Lord? Why do I keep getting attacked by landlords? Why do I keep getting attacked by society as a single woman? And the Lord told me the reason why I was going through this is because I had no covering. My God. He said I was going through this because I had no covering. So it made me think. It started to make me think, because we were never meant to be alone. When God made Adam, he made Eve. You know what I'm saying? And the man is supposed to be a covering for the woman, because why? She is the weaker vessel. So now, not only did God know that, but society knows that the woman is the weaker vessel. So society, the government, all of those people are always going to try to get over on us. Why? Because they feel like we are the weaker vessel. So, all of these things started to come to me. All of these things started to come to me. And, because the Lord says to be fruitful and multiply. And then I started to think that if I had, a covering, I would have been protected. I would have had somebody to stand up for me. I would have had somebody to protect me. But because I didn't have a covering, me as a single woman alone, I was a target. You know what I'm saying? I was prey to, you know, man. I was prey to the government. I was prey to the system. I was prey to all of those things because I had nobody to protect me. So now, I started to think, and I'm like, you know what? It is so true, because when you have a family, when you have a covering, if I had a covering at that time, if I had family with me at that time, it wouldn't have been so easy. They would have had to go through that person and that person and that person in order to get to me. Do you get what I'm saying? But because, like I said before, I was alone, I was easy target. So single women, I know it's good and dandy, and I know everything is probably looking up for you, and I know that you're prospering in life, and I know that you're handling your business, but it was not never meant to be that way. And God never wanted it to be that way. You can't fight all your battles. You need someone to help you, protect you, cover you when things like that happen. For instance, have you ever been to a mechanic? And when you went to a mechanic, the mechanic charged you an arm and a leg. But when you went with your husband, or you went with another man, they would charge you the correct price. It's because it's just made like that. The system, for some reason, wants to get over on single women. And so, just like, the government, like I said, they like to take advantage of single women. Women, if you have a man in your house, the government will not help you. They will not give you these programs that they have. Why? Because they want to be the head of your house. They want to take advantage of you, because they know if you have a man in your house, they're no longer the head of your home. They can no longer take advantage of you. We got to start thinking. We were not created to be alone. God, Yahuwah, created us to have marriage, created us to have family. And I know it's somebody out there right now who has DCF in your life. You had DCF in your life before, and they're no longer in your life. You did everything you're supposed to do, but for some reason they're still in your life. They just waiting for you to mess up. They just waiting for you to mess up. And you don't want them in your life no more, but it's nothing you can do about it. They have already taken advantage of the fact that you messed up one time. So they just waiting and waiting and waiting. That's how the system, that's how the government is. And I have one more thing that I want to say. Me and my husband was in a hospital, maybe about last month, and I saw this older lady come in. She had to be about 70 or 80, and she was on a walker. And I said to my husband, you know what? This is what the Lord was talking to me about, because I had told him what the Lord said to me about not having a covering in the past. And then so I told him I was going to do this sermon because it is so important, single women. And so I saw this woman, and she's on a cane, and all I can say to him was, honey, this is a shame that this older woman is here alone in a hospital by herself, that she don't have nobody here with her, that she don't have nobody here to cover her in this hospital with her. What if something bad was to happen to her? She would die here alone. Single women, listen, tap in. I'm telling you, it is not a good feeling. Have you ever been sick in the middle of the night, and you were there by yourself, and you ain't have nobody to help you or go get you no medicine and things like that? These are the things that God revealed to me in the process of telling me this is why you're going through these things, because you don't have no covering. And the last thing that I wanted to say, when you pass away, when you don't have a covering, can you trust that your family members are going to put you away right? Can you trust that the money, if you have insurance money or insurance policy or whatever, can you trust that it's going to be used the right way to put you away the right way? If you don't have a husband or a wife or a covering, or somebody that's going to have your back, somebody that's going to protect you, somebody that's going to be right there beside you, besides the Lord, who the Lord sent to have your back, oh my God, who is going to do those things for you? Who's going to cover you? Who's going to be your armor when the wiles of the devil continue to come for you and make you bait and make you a target? I just wanted to tap in, and I had to say that the Lord gave me this a while ago. I just had to, get it all together. I wanted Him to download it the way so that people can understand, so that you single women can understand. Like I said, I know, things is looking up for you, and you're prospering, and you're doing good things right now. Especially if you're a woman of God, God is going to protect you all the way. He's not going to let no weapon form against you prosper. But yet and still, you were not created to be alone. You were created to have a covering. You were created to be, the rib, and you were created to have, you know, a man in your cipher, a man to be there to protect you, cover you. Glory to God. Think about it, single women, because when God gave me this, it made me think long and hard. And so, me as a woman of God, I know I was not created to be alone. And so were you. None of us were created to be alone. So, I hope I minister to somebody today. Because I know somebody else is going through the same situations that I've been going through. That's why you give your testimony, because you help somebody else, and somebody else to know, what you've been through and why you went through that situation and how you overcame that situation. And so, God bless you all. Have a blessed